the thing that blockchain technology and decentralization is going to be critical for AI is exactly what brings us back to the conversation of who is going to determine how AI behaves. So if we let it to the CEOs of the big tech companies to determine what are going to be the ethics, we're going to receive a very dangerously biased
Right.
AI. Whether if we can decentralize kind of the governance or the ethical part of the AI and outsource this to anyone who's using it so that anyone has an input and says, yeah, I think this is offensive for me. I think this is response is racist.
The
I think
biggest question will be ethical question here.
You're listening to the Web3 Creators Podcast, where we speak to the brightest minds and builders in crypto, DeFi, NFTs, and the metaverse. Our goal is to give you the absolute best tools for building a thriving business in the Web3 space. Now, here's your host, Hernan Arbor. Let's start creating.
Creators, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Web3 Creators Podcast. I have with me someone very special, a very close friend of mine, and someone who has joined my technological journey, not even before Web3, but from the mobile space. He's now the founder of AFB, which is AI for Business, and Caplink. Please welcome Alex Kap. How are you, my friend?
Hi, guys. Hi, Hernan. It's a pleasure to be here. And of course, to speak about AI, because everyone speaks today about AI. But I think that we will mention why we should speak about AI. And it's very important to mention that AI, it's maybe hype today, but it's not like it was with ICO in 2017 and 18, and I will explain. So basically, AFB, it's AI for businesses that not technology businesses. And we're helping businesses to integrate AI solutions, AI tools in their businesses, like lawyers, designers, and many others, even coaches and beauty field. Okay, they're starting integrating AI like GPT, MidJourney, and all other tools.
Wait, take us back, Alex. Tell us what's your background? When did you come, to Israel? What's your, tell us a bit about your story.
Okay, so when I was 3 years old, my parents moved from Ukraine to Israel. They took me with them, and from the 1990s, I'm here in Israel. Yes, and I have been served for years in the IDF. Then I worked for 6 years in a big IT company, Israeli IT company. It's called Elbit Systems. Then I retired and opened Caplink. Caplink deals with blockchain and AI development from 2016. And we survived all the gaps in 2017, 18, and all the other years.
Super markets, man.
Yeah, even today, we're seeing what happened. Not just in the crypto field, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And today, I founder of Caplink and AFB. I always looked on the AI field, but today we're seeing something different than it was like 15 years ago, 10 years ago, and even 30 years ago, because the AI exists for many years.
Many years. My thesis back in the university days was titled, it was an AI-based musical sequencing system. And I wrote like a book on it. It was like 150 pages. I presented the whole thesis. I did also like the testing examples of how the system would intelligently mix parts from here and there and essentially make like a remix of a track. And then I got all the special mentions, but my advisor told me, listen, this AI thing, it's not really intelligent. It's not really going to work. That was like 20 years ago. So I kind of, drove off the course and said, well, maybe he's right. Maybe, so.
But by the way, did you hear?
Invested 20 years in AI.
Did you hear about the last news about text to music, text to sound?
I've been researching AI music apps for over a month and a half, like very intensively, and it is becoming really impressive. The rate at which
Yes.
this is advancing, especially because I've been building in the open. I've had my I call it Chat GPT sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll try to show you what I mean because I think that would give us a great intro onto what can be done with AI.
Sure.
So
Actually, why I asked about text to music, because I have my own channel, Telegram channel, but it's for Russian-speaking people that wants to use AI. And yesterday, I published information about text to music, and it's incredible what you can do today. Even those days, it's just starting, but already it's incredible that you can build your music. Let's say, if you're a DJ or some music producer, you can build your own songs in a few minutes.
it's not quite there yet. I'll
Of
tell you what you
course.
can do. You can get the feeling that you're creating royalty-free music from scratch based on a text prompt. That's super awesome. Now, eventually, you could have a ton of open AI DJs producing a lot of the same similar track, but I do believe it can get there because what I'm seeing from MidJourney in terms of graphical design and images,
Yeah.
it's impossible it would be
To
foolish
describe.
to say that the level of production that an AI music making system can get to will not get there, right?
Yeah,
So
but we're seeing just for let's say 3-4 months is what we have right now. If we're looking on the beginning of January, when just the GPT was started, it was from the beginning. But today we have many companies that already integrated the OpenAI API, the GPT API, and it's incredible what
I don't
happens
know
right now.
about I don't know about any serious company that is not at least exploring it. I've been talking with my brother. He told me, we're debugging the code with
Yeah.
ChatGPT. It's finding our bugs, fixing our bugs. So the big question, Alex, is I think what was most impressive about the fast rise of ChatGPT is that it's like humanity got it all wrong. Our prediction was that the first probably jobs to be replaced by robots would be, blue collar and the whole, moving stuff from here to there, factories, warehouse, crunching factory
Mm-hmm.
movements, and it turns out that the thing that's most quickly is getting commoditized. I don't want to say replaced because still the people that say you don't need developers anymore. I call bullshit on that because you
Yeah,
still need.
it's it's definitely bullshit. And I have been a speaker in Dubai 2 weeks ago on a big conferences, and one of the questions was what will happen to the job sector. And I said, guys, you don't have to be afraid, but you should have creativity in your sector, in your field, in your jobs, to be ahead of other people and to use AI. But if we're speaking about, let's say, 5 to 10 years from today, okay, the job fields will be changed. You agree with me?
Of course, no. This is going to be probably the biggest revolutionizer on human workforce. And there's a big saying that says AI will not replace you, but you will probably be replaced by a human using AI. Right?
Exactly. And you just mentioned that you spoke with your brother, and he said that he using QA to check their code with GPT, right?
Mhm.
So if before they used people, okay, QA engineers to check the code, today you can check part of the codes with GPT. So
Yeah.
let's think what will happen with those people. We can just imagine.
Yeah, well, the productivity of those people is going to increase 10, 20 fold, but you still need someone who knows how to approach testing code.
Right.
You need the guy who knows what to do with that code, how to deploy it, how to fact check it, how to put it into the embed it into the coding system, how to deploy it onto GitHub, how to make the repositories, all that stuff. People
I
are saying,
agree with you.
I don't know, no longer did need developers. But it is being commoditized. I've been working on my investor deck with MidJourney. If I show you the deck before MidJourney and after, it's like, wow, this guy probably invested thousands of dollars
I
on
can
the deck.
say the same, that all my presentations that I did in the last half year, 6 months, I did with MidJourney. All the design was made by MidJourney. And it's incredible because presentation that's supposed to take like before like few days, today it took like few hours.
The question is, will AI be presenting your presentation for you in the next coming years?
I guess you heard about DID. And I don't know if you heard about deepfake and the bank robbing that made by a deepfake. It was, I think, today or yesterday.
I got scammed by a deepfake in 2021. That was even before the rise of ChatGPT. There was a CEO that came out with a very exciting announcement. A lot of people kind of invested on that pre-sale, and then the project rugged, and everyone the day after, the website had disappeared after the sale, and everything was blank, and everything was, wait, who's that guy that who's that CEO that brought us all in and looked super professional, and turns out it was a non-existing person, AI made deepfake, which is what we're seeing now. Like supermodels are being replaced, but just generated.
So don't be surprised that, let's say in, I don't know, a year from now or maybe less, you will get a phone from your friend with the same voice, and he will tell you that you need to pay him, he needs money, okay? And he needs money, but in crypto, not in cash fiat.
Yeah.
And you will believe him because you know his voice.
He's your friend. He's your auntie. He's your dad is in trouble.
Whatever. And what you will do in that case? We don't know.
No, we don't know. I think if we're delving into the power of AI being used for malicious purpose, I think that's a super slippery slope from humanity.
Yeah, but if you will take any kind of field, starting with internet, crypto, AI, you have two sides. You have the good side and the bad side.
Well, technology is a tool, right? A tool can be used to free people, like what we're seeing with a lot of decentralized economies that are being resilient and allow us to not depend on the broken financial system. And it can be also used to scam people, to make people lose a lot of money. The same goes with nuclear power. You can use it to make a new source of energy for the whole country. You can make a nuclear bomb, and destroy the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. Same as with AI, right?
So the conclusion is that you need to be more careful and maybe more intelligent to understand when and where it's AI or not AI. But I think in a year or 2 years, it will be so, let's say, so smart, so strong, and the deepfake will be so promoted. So you can't understand when it's a real one or when it's fake.
Yeah, well, that's what maybe blockchain and Web3 can help, because if we're implementing digital identity systems that are cryptographically verifiable, and that gets integrated somehow into our own hardware or systems like computers, phone, and stuff, where you can get you can get a cryptographic blue check mark like in Twitter, but that is cryptographically proved that this is the person you're speaking to. then that would help. I think that might be able to help that case. But the bigger
Mhm.
conversation, Alex, here about AI is one that I took from, I don't know if you watched Sam Altman's interview with the podcast they did with Alex Friedman, where where his proposal is, I think this is a very important topic to get the world together in
Mhm.
some kind of a, full global democratic forum, and establish what are going to be the commandments for the AI, right? What are going to be the as a society,
Mhm.
what are going to be those
You
unbreakable.
mean where we want to take the AI as a society? That what do we mean?
uh, we need to figure out what are the unbreakable ethical premises that are embedded into the AI, so that when the AI it's already becoming smarter than us, but when that AGI moment, when singularity moment
Mhm.
happens, and artificial intelligence becomes self-conscious and develops the ability to generate better and faster AI by itself. So
I
in that,
think
the singularity moment, it's going to be critical that its core premises that it's embedded with are like, do not kill humans, allow humanity
yeah,
to.
but I think it will start with the big guys in the big companies, the CEOs, that they will decide, like Elon Musk and others, where the AI will go, to the white or to the, let's say, gray side.
Do you think that's a good path? Because we know what, big tech is, they're for-profit companies, and we've seen what's been done with our data, because Facebook, Meta, had to put in a profit. And it's not
Mhm.
that Mark Zuckerberg's evil. It's just that profit is the top priority. So
Yeah,
if
but
you let
that
companies that are for profit determine that, that's a very dangerous path. We've seen what
right.
happened with Corona, with
But
Pfizer.
it's like we can take example countries. Okay, it starts
Yeah.
with the head, let's say the prime minister, and
Hmm.
it goes down to the people. Okay,
Yeah.
so what I want to say here, that the AI field will be, let's say, decided by the CEOs for each company, and then it will be decided by us, by users. So we will decide how we want to use AI. For example, I want to use
That
AI
is
for
biased, Alex. That is biased. We've seen the examples when people ask ChatGPT to make a poem about
right.
Biden, and then make a poem about Trump.
The,
The bias that is embedded within the data that AI is processing to put out that poem. So if we know that big tech is biased, and their biases are being embedded into the algorithms that eventually determine how we're going to evolve as a society, then that is a bit dangerous. Maybe we should try to broaden the spectrum of who makes those calls, right?
yes, but we can compare. I think it's a good comparison to crypto field, and we can use crypto for payments, for other good solutions. But from other side, we seeing where other people using crypto. You can fight it, but it exists.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
if
you can't put the genie back in the box. Not with Web3, not
exactly,
with blockchain, not with AI. It's never going to go backward. But
exactly.
the question is, how do we, like, try to steer the wheel and drive this?
Regulation is very important here. Okay, the common rights for, let's say, for example, it's common rights for MidJourney and using GPT. If ChatGPT and Sam Altman or OpenAI will say, guys, all the requests for, let's say, bad things, okay, for crime, will be disabled, okay, and it's a smart thing. It's AI, artificial intelligence. So you can eliminate all the gray, all the gray fields, all the gray sectors. If it will be eliminated, automatically you will place ahead, let's say, the white sectors. I want to build a house. How I want to do that? I want to help people. I want to build the companies. But otherwise, if everything will be opened, you have good guys and bad guys. So everyone will use
One
it.
of the questions that Sam Altman asked Lex Fridman openly was, "Hey, do you think we should open source the code?" And Lex was stunned. He was like, I don't know about that, because the power behind that ChatGPT thing,
Right.
if given open source, then those restrictions that you're speaking about, they go out the window. And a lot of people have found ways to kind of jailbreak ChatGPT's security, safety and security limitations, and they developed this kind of Dan GPT instead of ChatGPT, which
Mhm.
stands for like do anything now.
Yeah.
And so what do you think about that? So it can be jailbroken, it can be utilized for wrong. So how do we manage that?
I think that every one of us should think with himself how he wants to use the AI. To be transparent and open. I think that the bad guys will use GPT like we are using, because it's happened in any kind of field, and you can see by the history. So each of us should be decided with himself if he wants to use for good things or for bad things. If he wants to build a company that will help people, or he wants to build a bomb, or how to make drugs.
Yeah, no, definitely. Guys, just a quick break from our episode to tell you how much I appreciate you for being here and following the podcast. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and like and share it with your friends. If you're listening to this, please take a minute to rate the podcast and give us a share. So I appreciate you very much for being here and keep enjoying your episode. So let's talk a bit about the combination and a bit of entrepreneurship that is happening with AI. And the thing that I was very, very inspired by was that this. Let me show you. Yeah. So do you see this the I was very inspired by this kind of a post by João Ferrao dos Santos that was posting about. Let me see if this. No. So just let me change this. So his post, if you see, he started a company like 10 days ago, I think. Yeah, like a week ago, saying, okay, I'll take ChatGPT and he'll become my CEO. I told him we're going to start an e-commerce store, and he told me ChatGPT 4 told me to start an e-commerce store. Now I asked ChatGPT, he told me like give me 10 other business ideas, and an e-commerce store was not one of them. So we're not seeing the prompts that he's using, but he has definitely made a very big splash with this. It's inspired a lot of people to start building businesses with AI, and this was so this was my response to Joao, which is like, listen, Joao, I asked him the question with some of the same restraints.
Nice.
And told him, choose a niche, build a brand, and yeah. So
yeah, but the biggest question here, I hearing from many people that saying, okay, I can build let's say a company, a business with ChatGPT. But the biggest question here is how you want to bring the traffic, how you want to bring the clients, because ChatGPT not telling you exactly steps how you will bring the clients, the
But
traffic.
it can. It is generated for me. It's generated business plans, marketing plans, the
Right.
copywriting for the thing, how to attract people. It's giving you kind of it's gathering all the data on the
Ideas.
internet, giving you step by step instructions.
Yes, but it's ideas. But in the end, you
You
need to
still
build.
have to do this. You still have to
Yes,
execute on it, right?
exactly. That's what I
Mhm.
mean. That if you will have an interesting idea, maybe it's not in the tech field, maybe to open a store. But if you will open a store, let's say in some place in, I don't know, in Dubai, you need to know exactly where to open a store, location, where is the traffic is,
Mhm.
how
Mhm.
much, every details.
So what that brings me, and Alexia, you're raising a very good point about AI. That it's not about the knowledge that AI has and ChatGPT can provide. It's about knowing how to ask the right questions, which
Exactly.
which brings me into what this new brand new career path that a lot of people are claiming to have,
Prompts
which is
engineers.
prompt engineering.
Yeah.
What how would you define what prompt
I
engineering is?
can I can give you an example. I write it to ChatGPT to build me a trip to Switzerland, France, and some other places. Okay, it was 2 sentences, and it gives me like a table where to go, what to see, but without the distances, without the kilometers, without detailed information.
Itinerary, yeah.
Yeah. Then I added like 3 more sentences about distances between the cities, where to get exactly in what time. And then I got, let's say it's better than a tour guide, that a
Mm.
human tour guide that I get like let's say a year ago without the ChatGPT. So he wrote it to me everything, how many kilometers, where to get inside to the city, where the restaurants are open, everything.
Mm.
So for your question, prompt engineering, it's like, let's say, maybe designers 10 years ago, or Java developers 15 years ago, something like that.
I'm not sure because we call it engineering, but from
It's creativity, it's
I
not
studied
engineering.
engineering. There are specific books for that. There are different data structures that you need to learn. There's a process for developing a class diagram for, so that everything's like written down. With what we call prompt engineering, it's more like prompt creative
We
thinking.
can we can say asking the right questions.
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay, because if you will,
yeah, please.
yeah, if you will ask ChatGPT the right question, if it will be more deeply and more precise for your answer, you will
Mhm.
get more precisely answers.
Of course, and one thing that I've experimented with AI, it's not only asking the right questions, but it's also embedding the right personality to the AI, to ChatGPT. So if I'm writing a pitch to investors and saying, listen, you are a successful entrepreneur with a lot of
Right.
previous exits behind his belt. You know how to deliver on a product. You have done this a lot of times, and now you're building your brand new vision. Now, write me a short paragraph that is going to be engaging for investors and what they will want to hear more, right? So you're attributing personality traits to that AI. I think that's also kind of something
Yeah.
that's going to be super interesting.
You just said that you need to be with some kind of knowledge about any kind of field if you're speaking about investors. So even if you know a bit information about those investors, okay, and
Mhm.
you can put it inside the chat GPT, you can bring more value with your presentation to those investors.
Mhm. Mhm.
So even if we have today AI, we need to be, uh, let's say, creatively
Yeah.
smart, okay,
Mhm.
with a good imagination, okay, to ask right questions. But in the end, if the GPT builds for us a business plan, we need the execution.
Right.
Okay, and you need the mindset
Mhm.
to build it in the end. Okay, and to bring traffic and
Which is
everything.
which is what this experiment is all about with Joe. I think he's great. Discovery is that I will now try. I will take GPT as my boss, as a CEO. I'll just listen to what he says, and I'll become the executor. So I'll just go consult ChatGPT, and I'll ask him, let me, tell me what to do. I'll do anything you tell me. Just be my
Yeah,
boss. And now the big question is, if the AI can be a better CEO than what you could, right? And I think that, yes, with a caveat, which is it can be a better CEO. It can definitely be a better CEO than I can, but within a niche or field that I have expertise on. Because if I would have tried to put an apparel shop and an e-commerce store, which I've never done before, I'd probably suck at it, and ChatGPT would suck at it too, because
but
I'm not doing the right things, nor
when
asking
you're
the.
saying that the ChatGPT might be a better CEO, what will happen if you have a business where you have people inside, when you have relationships?
Mhm.
Because the ChatGPT, let's be transparent. It's not a human. So in the
No,
end, if
it
you
can
have,
emulate. It can emulate like human type reactions. You can tell
yeah,
him you're going to be Steve Jobs type CEO. You're going to be an Elon Musk type CEO.
but if somebody from your company will come to you and say, "Oh, I have some problems in my family," and he needs to speak with you, I don't think that ChatGPT knows how to resolve a human's problems right
Yeah,
now. It will
and
happen, by the
he
way.
cannot be really present and empathize with you. So I think
Exactly.
human connection is something that will remain human.
Yes. But
Yeah.
I believe, let's say in 10 years or maybe 15 years, will be robots in our companies, like in the movies, and they will behave more or less like humans, maybe in 20 years.
They will behave exactly like the human you want to behave. So there will be robot wives that they're not nagging, they're not complaining, they don't tell you to, why did you do
Yeah.
that stuff, or why are you late? Just, they're going to have all the good aspects. So I think that's going to be very dangerous and very transformative for human relationships. It's going to be very, kind of groundbreaking and really change the paradigm. But I wanted to try to connect the power of AI
Hmm.
with the world of Web3 and blockchain, because this is something that you've been working on also for a long time with Caplink, right? You guys did NFTs and smart
You
contracts.
know, I was asked on the conference last week what I think will be happened between people, AI, and Web3. And for my opinion, I think that AI, it's kind of bridge between people and Web3. Because today, if you will ask people that not in the technology field, what is Web3, I think that most of them don't know. But
Agree.
if you will connect them through the AI to the Web3, you can connect with the GPT and other tools and explain them that even smart contracts, okay, you have tools, automatic tools that can develop the smart contract, that can check, make the QA for the smart contract. So I think
Mhm.
that it will be a good bridge for
Yeah, I
the for
already coded out. I already coded a basic smart contract for a musical NFT on ChatGPT without, I'm not a Solidity expert, and it
yeah.
just pumped it out. So that is amazing. But I think the connection, Alex, let me know, what do you think? the thing that blockchain technology and decentralization is going to be critical for AI is exactly what brings us back to the conversation of who is going to determine how AI behaves. So if we let it to the CEOs of the big tech companies to determine what are going to be the ethics, we're going to receive a very dangerously biased
Right.
AI. Whether if we can decentralize kind of the governance or the ethical part of the AI and outsource this to anyone who's using it, so that anyone has an input and says, yeah, I think this is offensive for me, I think response is racist.
The
I think
biggest question will be ethical question here.
yes.
And it will be regulations and ethical. And of course, common rights, because today you can deal with design, okay? And many big designers and painters, they struggle with common rights. What will happen if I can copy their image, okay, and sell the image with more, let's say, creativity in the image, with more tools, and it's just taking like few minutes?
Yeah, and you can tell MidJourney, make this image in the style of
Yes, exactly.
in the style of yeah.
There is a very famous painter, Israeli one, but he's internationally, Asaf Hanukkah. I don't know if you heard about him. And he was interviewed, and he was asked, okay, today we have MidJourney, and you have very interesting paintings. So what do you think about it? He said, I'm already using MidJourney for my paintings.
Most of the designers that I know are
Yeah,
using leveraging MidJourney for their stuff. It's like
right.
we have to use now AI. If you cannot just shun it away and ignore it, if you're a developer, you have to be using AI to consult and improve your code. If you're a designer, you must be using the AI tools for design that will propel your productivity.
I have been, a few months ago, I have been a speaker on a big design conference here in Tel Aviv. And it was interesting because I can saw that part of the people, they saying, okay, the AI might kill us in the future, and the other part start asking questions because they want to be involved in the AI field and they want to use it. So my conclusion was, okay, there will be people that will be ahead, that will use AI in MidJourney and other tools, and it will people that will struggle behind, the productivity and the technology, okay, and they will say always, yeah, the AI will kill us, and we will not using AI.
Yeah. So from your experience, Alex, if that question is I think it's going to be very valuable for our audience. If someone wants to get involved, get into the AI field, I don't know, if get either a job learning AI or utilizing AI for his daily job, what would you suggest for either someone who wants to get involved or build something that is AI based? What would be your suggestions?
First of all, I think that start using ChadGPT, okay, to playing with the ChadGPT, to understand how it works, to see how you can build prompts, for example. Okay,
Right.
maybe you can help other people to use AI. So through this process, you will studying how to use AI.
I'm like it's. I'm using also ChatGPT like my personal virtual assistant. Like
You know that I'm calling ChadGPT
find out
Jenny.
today. What?
I'm calling it ChadGPT Jenny. Is my assistant. Yeah, she's female for me. Okay, it's my assistant. She helps me in many fields, even to build a script for interesting scenario, or to build a good design, or any kind of question. By the way,
Well, now with the plugins that are being rolled out for
yeah,
ChatGPT, you'll most likely be able to sync this chat with my calendar and arrange my meetings so that I can meet everyone with no collisions, and fix my declutter my email inbox. I think
It's
it's going to be,
amazing.
yeah, things are going to get really crazy. And the pace, I think the most impressive thing about AI is the pace of the innovation. And it's not only being rolled out fast, it's accelerating exponentially. So it's not only
Yes.
the speed of the things that are developing, it's the acceleration of it. So it's not
And
only fast, it's becoming faster by the day.
right. And I think the biggest, let's say, revolution here is finally that the AI came to everyone. If it's not just technology, it's any kind of field, any kind of person. It might be entrepreneur, it might be a business,
Mhm.
small, medium, big businesses, big companies.
Yeah.
So for everyone.
No, yes and no. You still have to pay a ChatGPT Plus if you want to
Yeah, but the free one,
or you need the MidJourney Plus membership, your premium membership. They still want to make, they still
and
need
it's
to.
okay. They
Yeah,
they need to they need to have money from that.
I think it's better for people who are using it intensively to pay a monthly fee for
Yes.
that, than the model that was developed for social networks, which is you don't pay anything, but you are the product and your data is being sold to the
Yeah.
publisher. And you have to choose. You cannot development and technology and the inventions will not happen if
You
there's no
just said
independence.
about you just said about the data, but
Mhm.
right now we don't know what happened with the data that we're putting inside to the GPT.
Right.
Nobody
Right.
knows.
And I see everyone in Midjourney because it's a public
Exactly.
Discord forum. Everyone's uploading their images and their photos to Midjourney, and I haven't, but I did do my avatar with another AI app. So we're all feeding the AI with more and more data, more and more inputs. So we're incrementing the machine learning data set, right?
Right. But I think it's not supposed to be so important for people because a good example, when you're getting to any kind of airports, especially here, maybe in Israel, okay, there are smart tools that knows about you everything.
Hmm.
So in every airport. So
Yeah,
even if the ChatGPT maybe gathered information about you, we never know where the data will goes.
yeah, and that's a privacy issue, which is also a very very big topic that needs to be unfolded, right? But
Yeah.
what I want to focus on with you, Alex, is to bring a lot of value to our entrepreneurial builder investor type of community that we're building on the Web3 Creators podcast. And I want to kind of dig in with you on
Hmm.
if for builders in the space and people that want to create new stuff or build a business, what would be the right path to approach AI and Web3 technologies and leverage them to build better businesses, to become better entrepreneurs? What is the right way?
You mean in the field of Web3 or any kind of field?
Well, yeah, I would say both, but I'm more interested right now on
Hmm.
how did you build. So I want to also tell
I can
your
tell what I
story,
suggest. I can tell
because
what I
you
suggest.
identified AI and you can went all in. You started
Yes.
building a community and speaking about it, and most of your community is Russian speaking. But what was your decision to just dive all in?
First of all, because you know me for many years, I'm a technology person, technology and marketing,
Mhm.
and I dived in because I think what happened right now, and as I said, the AI came in fast to fields that not technology fields. And people, for example, lawyers can write contracts in GPT for like a few minutes, and it's changing the game.
I can write those contracts, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
now the question of do we need the lawyer to just be the one that's
Yes, because the lawyer in the end he needs to check the contract, and maybe there are some gaps in the contract right now.
right? The same is with code, right? You can code, you can ask
Yeah,
ChatGPT to code to give it the product requirements and it'll code it for you. You still need the developer to know how to test the code, how to deploy it. So I guess the same goes for lawyers. You can generate a
exactly.
contract with ChatGPT. You still need a lawyer to sign off on it and check that everything, all the all the dots and all the T's
Yeah, but
are.
if you need to summarize, for example, you need to summarize 20 pages of contract.
I'm doing that with articles right now. I just
Yeah,
copy the article, ChatGPT, summarize this for me.
exactly. But for your question, what I can suggest for people, okay, that wants to start using AI
Mhm.
everywhere, okay, start using ChatGPT because it's like a first step to understand how it works. Okay,
Yeah,
how it works, what you can do with ChatGPT, because you can do many things.
yeah. Okay, so I
Even
agree with you. First step is start using it, right? Get
yes,
into it and start using the
yes,
different tools. What next?
exactly. Next is to read and to have more information about AI tools, because today we have a lot of AI tools for movies, for even for Gmail. You have tools that can answer automatically on your emails that you get.
Hmm.
Today, have tools that can help you answer messages in LinkedIn automatically, Facebook, okay?
Hmm.
And start learning, studying all these tools, how it works, what you can do with it, and how you can save time. By saving time, you can bring more clients.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
what I'm saying. By bringing more clients, of course, you can make more revenues.
Yes, yes, yes. And how do we? So if AI will be able to make a podcast episode just like we're doing now, and bring all the value. Our knowledge is limited, and AI
Yeah.
is soon won't be. What what kind of professions, jobs, and what kind of businesses and endeavors do you foresee that are going to be the ones that either prevail or be generated now that AI is here with us?
I think that any kind of job that have inside some creatively and some where you need to put your imagination, to bring your imagination, okay, to bring people that know how to ask right questions, by the
Mm,
way, people that writing books, okay, they have a good imagination, they know how to ask questions. So those professions will be, let's say, not developed, but will be changed, okay, and bring more value.
mm,
Even working with ChatGPT, okay, and you can ask different questions, okay. It might be more deeply, it might be less deeply, but it will help to companies to integrate with ChatGPT by asking the chat questions. And in the end, you want for example, how are you working with ChatGPT today?
me?
Yeah,
Well, I use it for several stuff. Personally, I use it also as a personal assistant. It's helping me draft, letters for potential investors, for potential clients. It helped me draft a business plan. It helped me
hmm,
draft a marketing plan, and it is basically. I'm asking. It also helps me to summarize, the podcast episode. So I give it the dialogue and he's helping me do this. But so I'm leveraging AI heavily. I'm using MidJourney for my designs, for my decks, everything, and I think I am very immersed into this. I think I do have a very fairly understanding, but I don't know if I can jump in and call myself an AI expert, as we're all seeing,
But if
or a
you
prompt engineer.
if you're looking at yourself a year ago, okay, and today using AI, okay, what you can say, what is the difference between Hernan a year ago without AI and today?
Well, I would say yes. I do feel more productive. I feel that, for example, the design part, like MidJourney, is a huge thing because I don't need to wait for the designer to send me the design, look for stock images. That thing, the text to image, is something huge for presentation, for building something. So that is huge. I would say that yes, it's increased my capabilities, my reach, and it increases my knowledge because some clients, they need not only a business plan and business development and product advisory.
You
They
just
need,
said very important thing. It's increased your knowledge. So it means that if it's increased your knowledge, it brings more value, your value for your clients.
yeah, I understand. So it's about leveraging the AI to increase the value that you can provide, right?
Exactly.
I
So
like that.
why am I saying that everyone should start using AI? Because it will increase their knowledge, and of course it will bring you ahead from your competitors or other people doing the same without AI.
Yeah.
Because, for example, if one of the clients will come to you and say, I have a question and you don't know how to answer the question, today I can go to GPT and ask GPT and send the answer to your client in few minutes. And you
Which
don't have to
clients also
investigate.
do.
Yes. And if it was like before that, you have to take time to investigate and to understand how to answer his question. So today, I'm saying time is money.
Definitely, time is it's more than money because it's an irreplaceable asset, and money you can always print more.
I just asked
As I said.
GPT, what is the most important resource of humanity, of humans, and he said time, but it's wrong answer. The most important resource of humans is energy, our energy. So if you will have more time, maybe you will have more energy, but it's not always.
Yeah, and if you have a ton of energy, you can condense time and make it work for you.
Exactly.
That's amazing. I love that, Alex. I think we've dug deep into AI. Please tell our audience, where can they find you? Where can they ping you? And
LinkedIn, Alexander Kap. We can put it here after that.
yes,
LinkedIn, caplink.org. But most information about me is on LinkedIn.
okay, that's great. So go check out Alex Kap on LinkedIn, and check out AFB, what they're doing for they're be able to do for your business.
Right.
And Alex, this has been great. I'm gonna have you back.
It was a pleasure. I hope to meet you soon, and thank you very much.
Yes,
And I
next
hope
time
to.
it's a live session for coffee.
Sure. Thank you, Hernan.
Thank you.
Thank you,
This was
guys.
great, Alex. Bye, Alex. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Please keep in mind that none of what's said in this podcast should be considered financial advice. You are strongly recommended to do your own research and do not take anything we say in this podcast as a recommendation to buy or sell any assets whatsoever.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Web3 Creators Podcast. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and all of your favorite platforms. And if you're serious about building your own Web3 business, head over to web3creatordojo.com and check out our courses. That's web3creatordojo.com. See you soon, creators.